Hi everyone, welcome back to today's video. For today we're going to be making this super cute little mini birthday card. It's really cute and tiny, and I think it's just perfect for any simple little birthday occasion. We're using a lot of subtle colors, which I really like, so I'm super excited for this one. I love the way it turned out. So to begin, we'll go over everything that we're going to be using. We're going to start by using the biggest birthday ever, and this is a stamp set that I'm featuring today that I have not used yet. And along with that, we're using the Wish Big framelit. So these two go together. They're a bundle in the annual catalog. They're super cute. Tons of great birthday party ideas that you can do with this. This is a great set, but I'm doing this little birthday card today. There's a card in the annual catalog with where this stamp set is that really inspired this. I just did my own little twist on it. So we're using these two. Because we're using our framelits, I'm also going to be using my Big Shot, but that's off to the side so you guys can't actually see that. This set does not actually come with a sentiment in it, so I'm going to be using the Thoughtful Banners set. I've mentioned this a couple times. I've used this in a few of my recent videos, and I absolutely just love it. It's a great set to have. For our colors, we're going to be using 5 different ink pads. We're going to be using Wisteria Wonder, Mint Macaron, Flirty Flamingo, Daffodil Delight, and Marina Mist. And then for our paper, we're going to be using just a little scrap of crumb cake. You just need it big enough to cut out our cake with the Big Shot. So whatever piece that you need for that. And you know what? I just realized that I forgot a piece of Whisper White that we're also going to need. So we're going to need one piece that's 3.5 by 3.5, so that's what I have here. You're also going to need a little tiny scrap. This doesn't have any dimension. This I'm just using for the candle right here, so just a little teeny tiny scrap is what you'll need. But we also need another piece of Whisper White, which I'll grab here in a second, that is cut at 2 inches by 1.5 inches. So you will need another piece of Whisper White, again, that's cut at 2 inches by 1.5. And then this is a piece of Flirty Flamingo that's cut at 7 inches by 3.5. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is use our framelits to cut out our little cake. And we're going to be using the piece of crumb cake for this. And then there is this cake framelit that we're going to be using. Now I have my camera zoomed in super close today, so I'm going to put my Big Shot here. I just don't know what all you guys are actually going to see. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I'm trying a little bit of a different setup for today, just to see if I can get a little bit better lighting situation going on. I have my plates reversed. Whoops. So just gonna crank this through really fast, and I don't think you need to put it through more than once. Once is just fine. So now, oh, we don't need our framelit, we need our little piece that we just cut out. So what I'm going to do is take this and flip this over, and I'm going to grab my fine tip glue pen and that piece of Whisper White that I was talking about earlier that's cut at 2 inches by 1.5. This is where you're going to need that. So I'm going to take my fine tip glue pen. Somehow I managed to get these two pieces stuck together, so I can't get it open, but you can still use it. It works just the same. It's just a little hard to put the needle back in here, so oh well, it still works. So I'm going to take my fine tip glue pen, and I'm just going to put some glue on all of the outer edges here, and then on these little teeny tiny thin pieces here, I'm going to put glue as well. And this is what this fine tip glue pen is perfect for, getting in all of these little teeny tiny areas to get some glue. So then I'm just going to take this piece of Whisper White, and it should fit perfectly on the back here. I'm going to slide it over just a hair more. Just like that, because you don't want any of the white showing from the front. Now, if you goof a little like I did, what you can do is just take, I got some on my desk first of all, but you can take just a little tiny piece of paper towel or whatever, and you can just wipe it up, and it wipes up really, really easily. So I'm just going to take that, let that sit for a minute. Sometimes the glue doesn't adhere super quickly, so you have to kind of put your hand down on it to get it to adhere. So you can absolutely do that, but it does stick pretty quickly, and it starts to dry really quickly as well. So now what we're going to do is start stamping our little cake. So the reason that we're doing it this way, you have this background piece, and this is what we're going to be stamping on so that it does look like it is a piece of cake instead of stamping on the very, very background piece or layer. So we're going to grab our stamp set here, and this one actually comes with 2 sheets of stamps. And let me get a block. I don't know which block will be best for this. I think I could probably use my B block. So I'm just going to, there are 4 different styles of the little cake layers. I'm going to be using all 4 of them. If you don't like all 4 of them, don't use all 4 of them. And if you don't like the colors that I'm using, use different colors. It's up to you. I'm actually going to grab a bigger block. Use whatever colors you like. It's completely up to you. This is your card. So I'm going to, for my layers, I'm going to be using Flirty Flamingo, Wisteria Wonder, Mint Macaron, and Marina Mist. So I'm going to start with Flirty Flamingo. And I'm going to use the little one that has the curly cues in it. And I'm just going to take this and line it up and stamp it right there in my layer. And the really genius thing about this is that you have a little bit of wiggle room. So I've found that you don't have to stamp perfectly for it to look absolutely wonderful, which is awesome because there's no pressure with it. Next, we're going to go into Wisteria Wonder, and I'm going to be using the stripes. And just ink this up. Put it down. Okay, whoops. Then we're going to move on to Mint Macaron. And with Mint Macaron, we'll be doing the, you know what? Actually, I might mix it up. No, I'm not going to. With Mint Macaron, we're going to just do the solid one. So there's just one solid block, which it would be cool too to do the solid one, but each different colors. I think that would look really cool too. But I just decided to do all of the different patterns and mix it up a little bit. And that one's going to go right in the middle, or not the middle, on the 3rd row. Okay, my camera was going crazy there for a second. So we're going to use Marina Mist and the dots on the very last layer, just like that. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and do our little candle. So we have this little teeny tiny strip here, and we're going to take our Wisteria Wonder, and there are 2 little images in here. So you have a little candle and then a little flame. So we're going to be using Wisteria Wonder and Daffodil Delight for this one. And I'm just going to use this block that I already have out here. You can use a smaller block, obviously. I'm going to take my Wisteria Wonder, and for my candle base, if that's what you want to call it, I'm going to stamp that down. And then I'm going to pick up this little itty bitty tiny flame, and we're going to use Daffodil Delight. And put the flame right there. Now we're going to grab our framelits again. Okay, I had to clear some space on my memory card, so we should be good to go now. Okay, so we have our little candle and our framelit. So I'm going to go ahead and, I have something stuck to that. we're gonna put this down, and I'm just gonna use a piece of washi tape like I usually do to secure it down just like that. Come on, buddy. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring in my big shot again and just crank it through. Just like that. And then we have our little candle. Pop it out. Whoops. So there's our little candle for our cake. Super stinking cute. So next, I'm going to move that off to the side. We're going to bring in our piece of Whisper White, and this is going to be our base. And I need to grab a block. And we're going to be using this plate. I'm assuming it's a plate. That's what I'm using it for, at least. Our little plate looking stamp. Whoops. Can I get this up on my block? Not that way. Okie dokie. Ooh, that's super crooked. I'm having issues today. Okay, there we go. And we're going to grab mint macaron again. And we're going to stamp our little plate to put our cake on. Super stinking cute. So I have my piece here. It's 3.5 by 3.5, so it's a square, so it doesn't matter which way you stamp it. We're going to ink this up, and I'm going to put it pretty close to the bottom, right about there. And it's up to you. With this stamp, I would recommend taking it and flipping it over and just kind of pressing your finger on the back to make sure that the block has made contact with the entire, or the stamp has made contact with the entire piece of paper. If not, it could come out a little splotchy. Mine has a little bit of splotchiness going on, but I'm not super concerned about it because we are putting our cake on top of this, so I think it'll be fine. Next, what I'm going to do is take our little cake and my dimensionals, and I'm going to just do a couple. Just like so. And we're going to put our little cake onto our plate. Just like that. So, so cute. And I got a little bit of a dimensional hanging out from the bottom here, but that's okay. Now we need to put our candle on. So what I'm going to do for my candle, I'm going to use my fine tip glue pen again, and I'm going to put some glue on the stem of the candle. Is that what it's called? I don't even know what it's called. I feel like stem is a fitting term, right? I think so. Then I'm going to take I'm going to take dimensionals, and I'm just going to cut off a little tiny piece of one. I'm going to put this on where the flame is. I guess you could do this the other way first, or the other way around. You could do the dimensional piece first and then put the glue on. It's really up to you. And I have a little bit hanging off. So I'm just going to take my scissors again and just chop it off so you don't see it. And then I'm just going to put my little candle down in the middle of my cake and press it down. So the glue sticks the candle to the cake, and because the cake is up on dimensionals, this little dimensional sticks it down to the card base so it doesn't look funky. Finally, well, not finally, almost finally, we're going to come in with our Thoughtful Banner set, and I'm going to use the Happy and the Birthday. I'm telling you guys, this is probably one of my favorite sets. It's just so functional. I cannot get over it. I just can't. So I'm going to grab another block, and I'm going to just line these stamps up, and you can do this however you want. I'm going to kind of do them aligned on the left-hand side, but just a little off so they're not 100% lined up. And I'm going to grab my Marina Mist ink pad once more and ink these little guys up. And I'm just going to stamp this off to the side over here. Just like that. Okie dokie. Now we are so close to being done. This is a super easy card. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm actually going to use our foam strips. I usually only use our foam strips when I'm doing like a shaker card or something, but you can actually use these for everything. If you didn't like dimensionals, you could use the foam strips instead. They're the exact same thing. The only thing about these is that they're a little bit thicker. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and try them out for this card, because it is a smaller card, and I'll show you the sample. When you look at it from the top, there's no border around it, so you won't actually see the Flirty Flamingo cardstock until you open it up. And I just like having the card base a little bit higher up for this type of card. It's just a personal preference. You don't have to do it that way. You can do it however you want. So I'm going to just use the foam strips, and you can actually just rip these. You don't need to cut them, which is another awesome thing about them. Well, you might need to cut them if you don't rip them correctly. This one I didn't rip far enough. So, oops. Maybe not. Maybe these scissors won't cut it. Oh, there we go. Okay. And just do another one right there. Okay, and then just take the backing off. Maybe. I'm having a hard time today, guys. I don't know what it is. The universe is just trying to tell me it's not my day. I guess we need to fold our card base so we know where we're putting our piece down onto. So I'm just going to take my piece of Flirty Flamingo, fold it in half. Again, this is a mini card, so it's super tiny, but I think it's so stinking cute. I love this card. And again, because there's no border on this, you're going to line up the edges pretty much 100% perfectly. So it's really easy because you can kind of put your fingers around the edges and make sure that the two pieces of paper line up, and then you know that you're golden. So that's our card for today, guys. It's super quick and easy. I love these little mini cards because they're so easy to do, and you can kind of crank them out really fast, and I feel like there's no pressure with them. They're really easy to do, and you can whip them out in no time. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be on the lookout for some more videos coming up this week. I'll have a few bonus videos because I just got my paper pumpkin in, and I want to keep on schedule with the videos that I've already had planned for this week. So I'll be throwing in a couple extra videos for you guys. So be on the lookout for those. Don't forget to head over to my website for all of the information on the products that you'll need to make these wonderful cards. And head over to my Facebook and Instagram so you can keep in contact with me and see what I'm up to throughout the week when I'm not posting videos. I post a lot of fun stuff over there. I was kind of bad this week. It was just kind of a busy week, but I'm planning on starting fresh and posting a lot more in the next upcoming weeks. So hopefully you guys go and head over there and check that out, and I will see you next time. Bye!